Hello and welcome to the Scraggsman channel. The Switch has been slowly receiving ports and legacy titles such as Final Fantasy VII and the Wii U games. One of the ports being Super Mario 3D All-Stars, a collection of 3D Mario games alongside Super Mario 3D World, meaning all console 3D Marios are on Switch now. All but Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I don't really understand why. It got me thinking, what games and ports I want on the Switch, no matter how crazy the idea is. So let's crack on with the list and throw out some of my requests. As I've just mentioned before, Super Mario Galaxy 2 would be brilliant to have on the Switch to accompany the first one. Personally, I prefer the sequel to the original as it has a more streamlined level select and it has more fun levels to me. The music is still as stunning as before and I'll give anything to replay this game again in HD. Following Galaxy 2 is a game I've covered before, and that game is Mario Sports Mix. An overlooked game in the sports series, I believe it deserves a second chance, maybe even a sequel. Motion controls would be no issue, they could easily be mapped to buttons or whatnot. It would be a shame for this game to not earn the recognition I think it deserves as well. They could add online play and make it competitive and add like leaderboards. Honestly, I could dream about it all day. Sonic Rush would be a game I would want to see on the Switch, as it's a more modern approach on 2D Sonic and it allows you to boost for the very first time. It also introduces Blaze the Cat, who becomes a Sonic staple going forward. The biggest reason though I would want this game is for the music. God, the music is unique but fantastic. The controls may be the biggest issue though, as you play on both screens, but I'm sure you can sort it out. Just put it on one screen. Why stop here though, when Sonic Advance could be ported for the very first time? Easy port, with another great take on 2D Sonic. I mostly just want to play Advance 3 again here though, if I have to be honest. But I just haven't played the others, but it will be greatly appreciated for both of these fantastic takes on 2D Sonic to be available to everyone on the Switch. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD. I don't play much Zelda, but even I think they should be on the Switch, as we already have Skyward Sword on it. We'd only be missing the N64 titles at that point for 3D titles. It would also give me a chance to attempt to replay Twilight Princess, because I didn't really get far. I got stuck at a certain point, but it would give me a chance to play it without motion controls as well, or the gamepad. Though just don't get me started on the GameCube price if you don't want to use motion controls, because that is a rabbit hole in itself. Though also, they can throw in Link's crossbow training, and I would love if they sold it full price. That would just be pretty funny. I played Yoshi's Crafted World, and I'm not fond of it. The music is the game's theme repeated depending on the world, and it's not very memorable. It's incredibly easy and borderline boring at some points. Once you beat it, the difficulty spike is unreal, or at least for me. The game goes from 0 to 100. Basically, I just don't like it. It's inconsistent. But this is why Yoshi's Woolly World should be on the Switch. It's the only Yoshi game I would argue that comes closest to the original Yoshi's Island. And it deserves more attention than just the 3DS port that no one really played. The music is as catchy as can be. And it's the best use of Amiibo outside of Smash Bros. Yoshi skins. So go along with the ones earned in levels. This isn't even mentioned in the art style. Similar to Kirby's Epic Yarn, the game is made of yarn. Instead of that being its selling point, it's generally just a good game. The game is more than its art style. And I think this game deserves to be on the Switch. The Wii was home to many great first-party Nintendo games, but none were as fun and memorable as the Wii series of games. More specifically, Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Party, and Wii Play. All games I think of when I think of the Wii. A big part of the fun is seeing your Miis in the game, playing the sports, partaking in the mini-games, or riding a yarn cow. A collection of these is what I want. The motion controls can be used through the Joy-Cons, and I cannot think how well this would sell. Linking to this is the Mii channel. Less of a game and more of an update for the Switch. I want the Mii making to be like the Wii one, with music and options to organise and view your Miis. Make it more fun and accessible, like on the Wii, but on the Switch. The next game I would like to see on the Switch is a personal favourite of mine that not many have played, this being Yokai Watch. A game often compared to Pokemon, like other monster capturing games. Many judge it based on that fact, so it's sort of just gone under the radar, even though it earned 4 mainline games and a few spin-offs. The first 3 games are available in English, but the 4th is on the Switch, exclusive to Japan, using the hardware to its fullest compared to the 3DS limitations of 1 through 3. I would love for the games to be put on the Switch in HD. In fact, the first one already has, and the touch controls have already been fixed and the English is already available. But like number 4, it is exclusive to Japan. I could go on about this series for hours, but I'll probably save it for a future video. I have a lot to say, but if you haven't played Yokai Watch, go and try it on the 3DS, it's pretty cheap. After the port of Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, I've been pondering why its predecessor isn't on the Switch, Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii. All the OG Donkey Kong Country games are available through online on the NES app. All that's missing is the initial return of Donkey Kong. Whether they use the button controls of the 3DS version or incorporate the Wii's motion controls, I don't care. I want to play through this game again and listen to Gear Getaway again and play the Rocket Barrel levels again. That's a lot of agains. You could also add another new funky mode, which is the only new thing. People wouldn't care as long as it was priced correctly. I've begun to notice that I mention a lot of Wii games, but what can I say? Many of them have been in my mind for the Switch. Speaking of which, here's another one for you that you wouldn't have thought of. Poke Park. A Pokemon spin-off game that allows you to control Pikachu in a sort of sandbox, but I use that term loosely. You partake in mini-games and make friends with as many Pokemon as you can. It's quite cool seeing these Pokemon in 3D, roaming the area as well. Similar to people's reactions to Pokemon Stadium back when they were released. Number 1 focuses on Pokemon from Gens 1 to 4, whereas number 2 focuses on Gen 5, allowing you to play as the Gen 5 starters as well as Pikachu. Gen 5 happens to be my favourite, so that also helps. The games are not masterpieces in the slightest, but the games you can switch your brain off for and just enjoy them. And most of all, I want a Poke Park 3 as well, including newer gens and more playable characters, that's all I ask. Okay, I've already gone through quite a few games, but let's speed this up. Punch-Out Wii, a return to form for the series introducing Punch-Out with motion controls, and a great cartoonish art style. Paper Mario for the N64, and the Thousand Year Door, as they are great RPGs that are hard to get a hold of, for a decent price. Super can come as well, they should be in like a little collection. Every Persona game, but 5. And Royale, because it would make sense for Nintendo to do. Mario Kart 8, the Wii U version, because I want those battle mode tracks. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Wii U, for the 3D levels. Sell both of these at full price. That would be hilarious. Batman Arkham games, so I can feel like Batman on the Switch. And you know what? Throw in Lego Batman, just the DS version, not the Wii version. Spider-Man PS4. I don't care if every character is a few polygons, just like that guy on a boat. I want it. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, and the Clone Wars, but not The Force Awakens because that one sucks. Banjo-Tooie. Just Tooie, to anger the fans. And finally, the Skyward Sword update channel. Every time I need to update Skyward Sword, just go on it and update Skyward Sword. No need for a pop-up menu. I want the channel back. Listen to me, Nintendo. Those are the games I want on Switch. All of them are very serious, and I want to know what you would like to see. Let me know in the comments and subscribe if you enjoyed. With that out of the way, I will see you next time. Goodbye.